is Heather Khalifa. I'm a staff photographer here at the Philadelphia Inquirer. I've been a photojournalist, I want to say, for like the past 8 to 10 years, but working here at the Inquirer for the past 5. I like documentary style and trying to like do projects and get, more intimate with people when I'm doing stories and projects. But then at the same time, I do shoot a lot of sports and action, so they balance each other nicely, I feel. Being a photojournalist in Philadelphia every day is different. One day you could be covering spot news, and then the next, I'm at an Eagles game, and it's just very like high octane, high energy. 2023, I have to say, this has been like a super fast year. I started off the year on a trip to Dallas first when we followed the George Washington cheer team. That was a lot of fun to cover, and then right into the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, we also had to deal with spot news, with the killing of the Temple police officer. That just shows right there like the highs and lows of this city. So this was one of several, Eagles games that I've covered. This game in particular was special because it was their debut of the Kelly Greens. A.J. Brown scores a touchdown, and he's been doing recently sort of like basketball celebrations. And this was the first time I believe he did it, and he jumped so high, and I was like, thankful I was using that 70 to 200, and also a little concerned, am I gonna have enough room up here, and is he gonna be cut out of the frame? And thankfully he was not. And you can kind of see his fist, it's clearly celebratory. I do like the ref, for scale, you could see clearly how high he's jumping. Yeah, great, fun game. This assignment was of a campus-wide memorial at Temple for Officer Fitzgerald, who was shot and killed while he was on duty. I think whenever I'm going into a story or event or, an emotional, like you said, emotional story moment, my approach is always, you want to do your job and tell the story, but you also want to tread lightly, be empathetic and sympathetic. I'm never too aggressive in moments like this. So it wasn't necessarily like a private memorial, but at the same time, it felt really intimate. You could just see how devastated they were. And I really wanted the point of emphasis to be, her expression, but also the hands. And this was just such a loving, tender moment. And it was after she spoke. And this is, obviously her father-in-law, and he was just sort of comforting her. And even though it was a public event, it felt like in that moment, we were all sort of witnessing like a private moment in a sense. I always do try to not center my frames. The brick wall behind them helped because it took away any distractions. You can see in the bottom here there's people, but the way I cropped it in is to isolate them. So it's just a private moment. I tend to look for moments in general that, like I said, can speak to us as people. Anyone looking at this can just sort of immediately feel for them. That's, I guess, the ultimate goal of photojournalism and storytelling.